Hey guys, what's up? Uh, I have failed as a father. Not really. My kids are fine. Um, but my son goes through phases, and now that he's older, full disclosure, I guess I should clarify. My son is autistic, and he's 15 now, and he's always gone through phases, but a lot of stuff he always goes back to. The one thing he's never really gone back to, unfortunately, and has finally made a decision, like, and it's a good, like, he's made this decision, uh, and he's good with it, is because he decided he doesn't want Lego anymore, and as a hardcore Lego fan my entire life and absolutely loving everything about Lego, this is a little disappointing for me. Truth be told, it's funny, outside of video games, my son has never really taken too much of an interest in anything that I'm interested in. I like wrestling, he could care less. Um, I like uh, comic books. He likes comic book characters. He's not really into it though. He had a Batman themed room as a child and so forth. There's still some of the Batman stuff around, and he hasn't gotten rid of it. Like, he doesn't want to get rid of it because it's just decoration or whatever. But as it relates to stuff like toys and so forth, he doesn't care. When he was younger, when he would lose interest in a thing, he would tell us he told us it was okay to get rid of it. Like, he used to love Angry Birds as a little kid, and he had like all the little Angry Bird toys and stuff like that, and he would play with them nonstop all the time. If he wasn't playing Angry Birds on his iPad, he was playing reenacting it with the toys. And he lost interest in Angry Birds like completely. He couldn't care less at one point, and we asked him finally one day. It's like, do you want to get rid of your stuff? And he would always be hesitant to get rid of stuff, but one day he agreed to get rid of his Angry Bird stuff, and then a couple months later, he decided he wanted it back after my wife had already sold all of it. Um, and he was very upset about that. Now he got over that and so forth, and he's fine now. But he is now finally starting to learn that, like, you don't get rid of stuff if there's even a chance you think you still want it. So it's very rare that he wants to part with anything. Even trying to convince him to trade in some of his old video games to help pay for new games has been a struggle. But he has done it here and there. Like, he realized he never plays Minecraft on his Switch, so he traded that in because he still prefers to play it on his iPad, and that's fine. Um, but like everything else, like Minecraft, his main interests are always Mario, Kirby, Sonic, Minecraft, a few other things, and they'll go in cycles, right? Like, he'll be hardcore. He likes Pokemon as well. He'll be like hardcore into one thing for a while, then he'll switch to something else, and then he'll be it's nothing but that for a while, and that's how he's always been and so forth. And those tend to be his main likes and passions and so forth. And Lego he had not touched in years, and he had a bunch of Lego sitting up in his room, and he finally told us he doesn't want it anymore. He wants it gone. But me being the Lego guy, it ain't going anywhere. It's just gonna relocate in the house. So now this here. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're gonna look at some of the Lego he has. So this here is a really old gray base plate for Lego. This was actually mine as a child. Well, mine and my brother's. So when my brothers and I were kids, and this might be part of the reason why I like Lego so much, I don't know. When we were kids, my parents had a rule, and this just goes to change like the signs of times. Because of course, when we were kids, We didn't have the internet. There was no internet. We didn't have, you know, we had video games, but not like now, and so forth. And we didn't have cell phones or anything like that. They just didn't exist. So when we were a kid, the rule in our house always was Lego is for the winter time. So we were actually not allowed to play with Lego until winter time. So my parents had all of our Lego, like the Lego sets I had, the Lego sets my brothers had, etc. I may have mentioned this before in another video. I don't remember. But anyways, we had our Lego sets and so forth. But it was all the Lego pieces would be like we had a table set up because the laundry room was pretty big. It was unnecessarily big for a laundry room, to be honest. So there was a table set up in the one side of the room, and my parents had bought like all these little, almost like those little craft drawer things that you can snap together and so forth, and make bigger contraptions with bigger and smaller drawers. They had bought a whole bunch of those, put them together, and the Lego pieces were separated by their types and colors and stuff like that in all the different things. So you always knew, oh, I need a 2x1 red. Oh, that's in here. Okay. And it was all just mixed together. And we even were required to, like, even if we played with the Lego, technically at the end of the day, we were supposed to break apart and put everything away that we had built. We weren't allowed to just keep it built on the table. Now, there was always some exception to that, especially if we were working on something bigger, or if it was something like, oh, okay, during Christmas break, for example, like, obviously it was fine because, like, you were just going to come back to the next day. But for the most part, because you were in school and everything else like that, you probably weren't touching it more than once a week anyway, so you might play with it all day Saturday, and then, yeah, you're done. But anyways, we had 2 of these gray base plates. When my parents were moving out of their house, the house that we grew up in and so forth, when they were selling that house, this would have been quite a few years ago now at this point. I was already married. My middle brother, I'm the youngest of 3. My middle brother was already married. We both had kids already. My oldest brother was not. He still isn't. They invited the 3 of us over to come collect our Lego. The problem is how do you figure that out? Well, we had all the instruction booklets, so obviously we went through the instruction booklets. This one's mine, this one's his, blah, 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 blah. And then we basically spent the day just building our Lego sets, just to make sure we had all the pieces for our individual sets. And then we took those sets home. So I got to take all my sets home. My brothers took all their sets home. But the stuff like the faceplates and the common stuff like this, my parents actually hung on to for like the longest time. Not sure why. I think they also hung on to any of the extra Lego as well. One year, because they knew my son was into Lego at the time, and one of my brother's kids was also hardcore into Lego, they divided all that up and they just gave that to them. So my son got one of the big gray faceplates, my nephew got the other one, and so forth, and then they both got like a huge bag of Lego as well, of just loose Lego. So my son's had this, and so now it's mine because my son does not want it anymore. So now it's mine. It's coming into my collection. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen right now. Hopefully I remember to actually edit this in. Put a picture up on the screen right now. That picture is actually, I say here, like I'm going to put it in the corner. I'm not. It's probably just going to take over the entire screen. Anyways, that is my bin of Lego as it stands prior to this project that we're now going to be working on. So, that is, I was going to say that's all my Lego. It's not. So, yeah, because I've bought all the Animal Crossing Lego sets so far, but I haven't built a single one. So those are all piled on a shelf way over the other end of the room right now. And I've already pulled down the boxes of Lego that he never even opened. And they're on that shelf as well, which I have. Like, there's a Lego movie set, and I think whatever. Anyways. So the good news is there's not actually a lot of Lego left in his room. The bad news is that he also had some Mega Construx sets. And unfortunately, they're probably all mixed together. And I am one of those weird neurotic Lego fans that does not want Mega Construx. So I've pulled a bunch of stuff down from his room right now. The faceplate, obviously, which we're now going to try and put in the bin. So that bin that I showed you the picture of my Lego, that is one of the bins that's been behind me this whole time. I don't think there's even going to be room in here for this. I might even have to get a second Lego bin. I'm just going to put this down beside it for now, because that's definitely not. It's actually almost taller than the bin, so I don't think it would fit in the bin even if I could. But yeah, so you probably saw in there's a couple of the baggies of Lego that I've never opened and so forth. They're different like promo items and stuff like that I've gotten over the years. And that Star Wars box set that was sitting on top is actually one of his as well. It was actually a duplicate that somebody gave him, but there was no gift receipt, so he couldn't return it. And since he already had it, I kept it. And so it's just been sitting there. I haven't built that one either. Now, a couple of the baggy things I've got sitting here on the thing are actually mine too. They were in the bin as well. I pulled them out just so you could kind of see what was in the bin. So, for example, now I'm not a fan of the Friends line either, but I got this for free with one of my Lego orders when I ordered some of the Animal Crossing stuff, because it was free with a purchase over X amount of dollars. So I got that. It's probably never going to come out of the bag. And then I've got a couple of these Star Destroyer things that I've managed to acquire over the time. And then there was also, there was a bunch of Lego sets. I think there's been 10 so far, and I think there's 3 more now coming soon, or they just got released. I don't remember. But anyways, when the first 6, I think it was, went up, there was a promo that if you bought all 6, you got this Animal Crossing one for free. So I've got this guy too. I also have, that's another Star Destroyer, that's another Star Destroyer, that's another Star Destroyer. And then I've also got this one, which was a bonus item with that Lego 2K Drive game, which is just like a little race car guy. Will I open them eventually? I don't know. Now, as for the stuff I pulled down from his room, that's basically this 2 stuff here. Some of it's a little dusty because it's been sitting there for a long time. So he actually has this Technic set, which apparently we've also never opened. So I was never really into the Technic stuff. But yeah. So we got a Technic set here. And then it looks like, and it's like the boxes are crushed because they've been sitting there. But again, they're not opened. So, oh my god, this has so much dust on it. Oh my god. So then we also have this Star Wars First Order Transport Speeder Battle Pack. Which again has not been opened. Like, again, the box has been crushed. Hopefully nothing on the inside's actually broken. But here's where it gets a little tricky. So my original plan was I was just going to take the bin upstairs and just my Lego bin upstairs and just dump all his Lego into it and then bring my bin back downstairs. But then I remembered he had Mega Construx, and I was like, I really don't want Mega Construx in with my crap, right? I'm one of those weird elitist Lego purist people. And of course, one of the things that's in the box is this Minions Mega Construx set. and it has been opened. And I can tell you, oh my god, there's so much dust on that too. Holy crap. Ugh. I'm gonna need to have a shower after this. Anyways, it's a fairly safe bet. I mean, it's hard to tell. It might all be in there. It says there's only 63 pieces. The instructions are still in here, which is good. So what I'm gonna have to do probably is, unfortunately, and fortunately at the same time, is I'm gonna have to try and attempt to build some of his stuff. Hopefully he still has, like, I do see he does have, and again, covered in dust. Ugh. So he's got the instructions for this creator helicopter thing. And what else does he have instructions for? Another, looks like it's from the same creator wave line. And what else? We got, oh, we got a Lego Marvel's Superheroes one here. And oh, another creator one. Looks again, oh, so much dust. It looks like a little shipping boat or something like that. So what I feel like I'm gonna have to do, and then he's got a bunch of random Lego stuff in here. I know some of that's the Minecraft set stuff. Obviously we have the Minecraft box. It might even be the ones from this Minecraft set. Unfortunately, there's no instructions in here. And as you can see, kind of, there's like just a whole bunch of loose Lego at the bottom. The question is, so what I'm going to do for now, this video is not going to go too much more in depth in this. I'm just going to dump what's in here in here. Oh, I see the Iron Man. The good news is he doesn't have a lot of loose Lego. Which means either he's lost a bunch of it, which is entirely possible, or he just didn't have as much as we thought he did that he'd actually opened and started building. Now, this is not all of it. There is still more up in his room and so forth that I got to bring down. But I think what I'm going to do, because this is a decent-sized box, I think I'm going to just dump all the loose Lego that he has from any of the containers that are sitting on that table up in his room. I think I'm just going to dump it all into this box. And then what we'll probably do in a future video is we will look for all the instruction booklets we have, which I'm going to put these in here too for now. We'll look for all the instruction booklets that he has, and we will try to build as many of the sets as we can. You know, one at a time, basically, and see what we can actually build. Obviously, without touching my Lego, because my Lego is separate. And, yeah, we'll try to build as many of the sets as we can. See what we can sort out. We'll probably have to build the Mega Construct stuff, too. To try and find that. Because, like, for example, if this is all here, even though it's been opened, we could probably sell this. Or... again, as I've mentioned in previous videos, my parents work at a Missions thrift store. I could just give it to them and tell them, you know, sell it, donate it, whatever, right? You know, let them use it, because honestly, I don't care that much. But yeah, we'll probably in a future video, we'll have to try and build all of his Lego sets and see what we can come up with. And, yeah, we'll have to go from there, right? And, that might be it. But yes, unfortunately, my son does not want to move on with Lego. And it's a little heartbreaking for me personally. But he has his own personal passions and so forth, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. So yeah, that's what's going on. Um, I know at the time I'm recording this, the YouTube is not very full of content at the moment. Hasn't been for a bit. I am working on that slowly. But what this video is basically a video to say, hopefully more Lego content is coming soon. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for now. Hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out the link tree for all the links on how you can follow, subscribe, support, whatever. Anything you do is always appreciated. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.